Hi, this is Sharon Saladin. I'm here with Barbara Best, and we are talking about fairies and divas today.
Oh, they're just so much fun, our little friends, fairies and divas.
Fairy sounds like a fairy tale, Barb. Do they really exist?
I say they do, and I'm sure there are very many others that would agree with me. The fairy kingdom has its own little sustenance, how they develop and where they've come from, and also the diva system.
So diva sounds like Hollywood diva?
Not that kind. No.
D-I-V-A? No.
No, and they grab the name. They got the name and use it descriptively for themselves, but that's not what we're talking about. And the diva system is the angelic system. And the angelic system, the angels,
So angels are divas,
angels are divas.
and divas are angels? I mean, it's the same
Well,
thing? Or not?
they're the same thing, D-E-V-A, diva.
Okay.
And they are in their own system of development next to humanity. What happened was, in the last cycle, or say Manvantara, the Brahma cycle, where the word has been put out by Brahma, the angelic system, could have ascended. They could have not remained with us. But somehow, some way they did. They remained with us. And it was to our benefit, because that way they are evolving, learning about us, and they want nothing more than to help us. So we call them in, like our guardian angels, when we need their help. The fairies, however, with the gnomes, sprites, pixies, retreated. They were threatened at one time, and so by choice they retreated into like little people. And that correlates with the line of the elves, the elven line also. And there are many of the elves who decided to come into human bodies. And so we put them together, and we have quite a variety of friends. We are receptive to them, and if we believe in them, even a little bit, they'll come about. Now, both are sort of, I would say, sensitive to the energy that we bring, especially the fairies, because they have in the past been threatened and their existence has been threatened. So they retreated, many of them, into the bodies, the areas that they are in now. However, I think if we leave food out for them once in a while with little crumbles, or we build a little house for them, they would appreciate that.
Fairy food. What's fairy food?
Fairy food could be like a little.
Can we get that at the store?
Well, sometimes maybe. Try to have it as pure as can be with no preservatives, but like a little brownie. Maybe just leave little crumbs for them from a cookie, and see if during the night those crumbs have disappeared, those little granules.
Are you talking about leaving it outside?
On on your like table.
Oh, in the house.
Yeah, because if you leave it outside, then the animals, the critters,
Right.
will definitely get it. They don't care about the fairies. You know how they're aggressive. They're going to eat when they can. But I would try that first within the house and see what kind of a response you get. I think that they will be very receptive. I tried it. It took 2 nights. But then I thought, I forgot to tell them the first night that this was for them. How would they know? So the second
Can you leave
night,
them a note? Dear
you can
fairies.
leave a note. You can do that. You can do that. I said it out loud. You know, I said, this is for the fairy friends of mine, and I hope you eat this food sometime. Something along those lines, where it kind of rhymed a little bit. They like rhymes. Fairies also like circles. They love to come and dance in circles, more toward the evening, the twilight hours. Now, as far as angels, each of us has a guardian angel, and we're never alone. And we can call our angels to us whenever we're in trouble, and they will help us. And I had one instance where this lady was in an accident with her parents, and they were on a country road. They went off the road, and she called in her angels. She said, I need help. And before they knew it, someone had already called an ambulance. And it was like out of nowhere, she said. Sometimes we hear about people who are drowning or are in bad accidents, and a person out of nowhere comes and saves them. Those are usually our angel helpers. And so when we have our guardian angels with us, we want them to stay. We know that they'll protect us, and so we invite them in. The angels like to be invited in because they like to learn about humanity. They like to observe our ways. The fairies are also like that. They begin with usually little blue colors that come around you. And if you're in a happy mood, you're in a free and clear mood like that, they'll come in and they'll follow you.
So can you actually see a little person? Do you see a light?
Usually it starts out as a light. They don't manifest unless they're very, very positive with you. They're very sure of who you are. And maybe you have some karma with them too. So there are blue ones that come around you when you're happy and you're in a good mood, and they'll follow you. Basically, being on their friendly side, and they're so sensitive anyway. And so if we believe in them, they will come around. We can have fun with them, play, and let them onto their own, and just keep our vibrations high so that they don't mind being in our company. And the same with our angels. Of course, even in the Bible, even in the Kabbalah, different books that were written, they talk about the level of the angelic system or kingdom. Seraphim, cherubim, things that are lined up like that for the angels, different vibratory rates. The angels come with a lot of pious attitudes. Some of them are very highly evolved. They are very big, large. They're not anything like near our size or shape as far as our smallness goes. Some are just big creative beings that have a lot of power. And so we have them on our side too. And then the popular ones are the ones that humanity uses are like Gabriel, Raphael, Michael, Metatron, Uriel. Those are the ones that are usually at the systems of our globe, north, east, south, and west, and they are put there. We ask them to protect those areas. But there are many more than just that. So in our world, it is to our advantage to have the fairies and the angels with us, especially the angels. The fairies will alert you to things that are going on around you if it's a negative thing. The angels we can call in if it's a negative thing and we need help. Sometimes with healing. So all things that are in our system of Earth are actually to our advantage. You know, all we have to do is vibrate correctly, think correctly.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah. Well, if we buy into or bite the hook on what's presented to us that's not of our spirit, then we're going the other way. So we think, okay, that's not the name of the game because it's not doing me any good. Think of ourselves, be good to ourselves.
Think happy thoughts.
Yes, think happy thoughts.
Okay, thank you, Barb.